Make some noise. Hadithi.
So, Easter is coming up. I know some of you are religious, some of us are not. But so for us, winter is just a long weekend. But one particular long Easter weekend saw one of us here having quite an adventure. So coming up next, we have, he's part of the Hadithi Ya crew actually. He has a heart of gold and he might tell us a story about Easter. So welcome, Dave.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is David, and this will be one of my stories. So, my story starts about 9 years ago. Oh, drama. And, so, young gentleman, single, living in Pretoria. I finally got an opportunity to work at a bigger company. And yeah, I know it was also overseas. They called it Springs. So you need your passports in order to get there. I don't know, some might know the place. So yeah, I decided, you know what, it's my opportunity and I was going to take it. So yeah, it went well. For a couple of weeks I was actually traveling back and forth, and then I decided, no, I should really move there. So I became a citizen. It's quite easy, you just find a place to live and you get your green card. So, I started working there, and shortly after I realized, you know, friends and family, they don't particularly have those green cards or passports. So I was feeling a bit lonely, and I had to, you know, start making friends locally. And the best place to start is where you work. So the guys I was working with in the stores, he was called Mjavro or Simpiwe, and I had Mitchell, which was known as the General. So yeah, you know, in doing that, I found myself, traveling more into the townships around Springs, which was Kwatema and Davidson. So things went on, and you know, you get a lot more comfortable when those kind of things. Well, the more often you do things, and it ended up being a long weekend coming up, Easter. And it was, okay, I didn't have any plans, families were going everywhere else but Springs. They weren't for the, you know, fancy places. So, yeah, I found myself the Thursday, we finished early. And, yeah, I normally would drop the guys off at home and that. So, we're like, yeah, okay, cool, we're going to Davidson. So, I went along, and the idea was mainly just to go there, have a couple of drinks, and then move on home and, you know, find my way from there. So, ended up, Thursday, we get there, start having our drinks and that, and more friends start joining. So we were like, okay, nice. We ran out of beer. So we decided, okay, we're going to mission from one part of Davidson to the other. And at that time as well, I had quite a nice car for a single guy at a young age. Was a nice Conquest. Her name was Shadowfax, if anybody knows the Lord of the Rings, the White Stallion. And that's exactly what she was. Nice sound system, low profile wheels, you know, it was a good show off around Davidson or Kwatema or wherever we went. So, anyways, the sun starts setting, and we decided, hey, okay, now cool, we're gonna go mission for beer, and there's actually a nice place where we can go play pool. So, as we're driving along, and the music's pumping, and, you know, guys are chatting and joking and laughing and that, and as I'm driving, I realize, wait a minute, I'm being followed. So I was like, nah, can't be that. Nah, I've been here all the time, so checking the mirrors. I don't raise alarm with the guys in the car, and I was like, no, definitely. There's cars behind us here, and I turn left, it turns left. I turn right, it turns right. Speed up a bit, it speeds up as well to keep up with me. So I'm like, nah, okay, something's not on. So a couple of blocks later, I'm driving, and I'm thinking, no, geez, these guys are definitely, it's hijack, it's hot property I'm driving with here. And here suddenly is a police van in the road, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm safe. Pull up to the police van, I'm like, alright, climb out of the car, get an officer. Guy's like, yes, please, hands on the bonnet, and now he's starting to search me. So I'm like, okay, well, at least I'm safe. So the officer asked me, he's like, so why didn't you stop for our vehicle behind you? I'm like, vehicle? And I look at the vehicle and I'm like, okay, the guy following me is parked right there. So I'm like, but how am I supposed to know that's a police car? Suddenly it's just flashing lights, like whoop whoop, and I'm like, oh. Suddenly that relief of being, okay, you know, I'm safe, totally turns way opposite and I'm the bad guy. So, yeah, needless to say, we had open beers in the back with my 5 passengers and music blaring. You know, didn't notice the guys actually wanted to see what we're doing driving around Davidson. So, officer tells me, oh, what you doing here? Asks me all the questions, you know, that they normally do. And I'm like, well, I'm here with my friends. I'm here just having a couple of drinks. We're actually on our way just there to his house. And, yeah, no, that wasn't enough for him. So they decided, all right, no, cool. Told all my friends, thank you, take your stuff, and you can go home. I'll be climbing into the back of their van. So, admitting defeat, admitting defeat, I acknowledged and I said, yes, sir. You know what? We'll go. So, as I'm on my way to the back of the van, the officer gives me a little shove, and I'm like, hey, don't push me. You know, I'm on my way. I'll teach you a lesson in life. That's number 1. Do not, how do we say, backchat an officer. Within seconds, I got a slap right against the back of the head. I just saw flashing lights like these ones here. And I was like, okay, that was the first strong move. So, get pushed into the back of the van, and I'm thinking there, oh my goodness, from such a nice, supposed to be an afternoon to an evening, going home relaxing, I'm now in the back of a police van, and yeah, my life is over. You know, you're sitting there with the fear. It's like, oh my goodness, am I going to be arrested? What's going to happen? Do I still have a job with a criminal record? You know, what's going to happen with my car? Who's driving my car? It's like, yeah, it was very traumatic. So, yeah, with all these thoughts going in my head, officers still told me, no, it's fine, someone's going to drive my car to the station, and then, yeah, my friends will be on their way. So I'm sitting there, hands and knee, or head in my hands, thinking, okay, what else can happen? So clearly having a couple of drinks in, the office thought, now they're going to play a game with me. He's not cuffed, you know, he's clearly not expecting a little surprise that they had in store for me. So Davidton's got a lot of speed bumps. So with their little combi, they suddenly took off and, yeah, hit those speed bumps with quite a speed. I found myself like a tennis ball in a box. It took like one big blow, like the sound just went, oh, and I was like, what the hell? Lying on the floor of this police van, and they are rushing towards the station. Clearly they had something better to do after arresting me, so maybe there was a show on. Yeah, so I was grabbing on there, head like injured, thinking, that's police brutality. They didn't read me my rights. They didn't do damn. why you did this? Now I'm in denial, and I'm like that phase where you're saying, no, I'm gonna get a lawyer. Yeah, I'll sort you out. But yeah, luckily it wasn't too close, the police station, so I quickly came to my senses. I ended up at the police station. No fingerprints, no bookings. The guys were talking. There was one white police officer there, and he's like, yo, you shouldn't be here, blah blah. Gave me a whole speech. I was very drunk, I couldn't remember. So they go and take me to my cell. Now that was the fun part. You quickly realize like what situation you're in when they finally go and close those gates behind you. Like, and they lock it, and it's that metal sound, and it echoes within this dark room with no light. And once again, those fears originally expressed once you realized you in the wrong place at the wrong time. It must have been a couple of hours where I sat there reflecting to myself, saying, oh, geez, who am I going to phone? How much is it going to cost? Am I going to go to prison? That was truly, truly traumatic. Not something I would ever want to experience again or advise anybody in experiencing. So I'd rather be inexperienced in it. So watch it from TV, don't do it in real life. So I then fell asleep, and in the total darkness of the morning, maybe 4 o'clock, realized, okay, wake up, where am I? What's this carpet doing on me? It's like, it's the mattress, it's like uncomfortable, where the hell am I? And coming to realization of where you are in a police cell, a bit hungry, a bit thirsty, there's a steel toilet in the corner. Really, it's a reality check. So, fortunately, they left my wallet on me, cell phone. You first want to make sure you have everything with you. So, found the stuff, and I'm checking my cell phone. I'm like, okay, right, okay. 1 bar, battery left. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was still a Sony Ericsson. It could tell you how many minutes you have left. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't enough. Because you're sitting there, who are you going to phone? Mom, dad, sisters, friends, brothers, far, far away. Desperation setting in. You're like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? And first people I thought is, well, people who saw me get in here, who knows that I'm here, phone them. Yo, Simpiwe, hello, are you awake? It's like, okay, come fetch me now. So they're like, yo, no, we're awake, man, we were going to be there. The officer said we can only come and fetch you in the morning, so we're going to be there like first thing. I'm like, okay, it's 4:30. I'll see you at 5 now. So, with a bit of relief, contacting someone that I wouldn't be ashamed of contacting, and that actually knew how to get to where I was. Yeah, they came and fetched me, bailed me out. It cost me somewhere around 100, 150 rand. I can't remember. I just knew I made it up to them. And sitting with all the shock, they're like, Dave, are you alright? How's it? Yes, going out. I'm like, officer, yes, where's my keys? There's my car. First thing I go walk around the car just to make sure whichever officer was driving it didn't scratch it or give me any buckled wheels or anything. So quite relieved after that, and with the friends around acting all macho, saying, oh no, it's okay, you haven't been in Davidson until you've been arrested, right? Right. The little mono thing standing out. So, yeah. In the end, I didn't leave that day, which was the Friday. Ended up going, having some cheese and nyama, buying some drinks to make up for my bail. No, seriously, I even went to the Checkers Center there, or the Pick and Pay Hyper, and we were like standing in the queue, buying food and stuff, and you know, it was such a nice weekend, and you know, I had to force myself to leave on the Sunday morning, because it was now eventually like, okay, they have a wedding. I'm like, oh, I would love to see a wedding. Needless to say, I haven't bathed for 3 days. I've been in prison or jail, and you know, you like, it's roughnecking it, and it was such an awesome experience for me. It's, you know, if anybody talks about the Kasi life, I could say I've had a little bit of the youthful side of it, because clearly there's a lot more about it than anybody thinks and knows and that. But yeah, no, it was. Left there on the Sunday. I was kind of sad but happy at the same time, and yeah, I'm David Boyle, and that's my story.